Hello, it's Phil Thatch here, and today I'm doing a second focus shift shooting video with my Nikon Z6 and the not really macro lens, the Nikon 200-500 f5.6 and the FTZ adapter. This time I'm adding a 1.4 teleconverter. It's another rose. Last time I did a rose, it was a Valentine rose that I'd gotten for my girlfriend. This is a much smaller rose that is actually growing right here at my house. So let's get into that. A couple of years ago we were at Signal Mountain Nursery to see the barn swallows, much like I did a week ago today. And I was there with Heather and my daughter Casey, and Casey picked out this rosebush. I think it's a Julia Child, and we planted it and it's done really well. I haven't fertilized it at all. I think I made a short video at one point about people coming by and clipping roses off of my rosebush, which I thought was kind of rude. But anyway, never fertilized it and it's still growing strong here at the corner of the house. I think it does get a pretty good bit of water, but otherwise there's really no care been given to it. And it's still here, and now it's the subject of another video. Nikon's focus shift shooting is a really neat feature because when you're doing macro or near macro photography, the depth of field is really small. So in order to get an entire flower in focus, you need more than one exposure. And what the focus shift does is it takes a photograph, changes the focus ever so slightly, takes another and another and another with slightly changed focus. And you can take all of those images and load them into Photoshop, align them, and stack them for focus, and then the whole flower can be in focus. It's a great feature that started on the D850, and then it was also on the Nikon Z6 and the Z7. Got our little flower studio set up again. This is a rose that is actually growing out beside our house. It's a rose that we bought a couple of years ago at the Signal Mountain Nursery, and it's lit by these $5 LED lights that we picked up at Walmart. Heather picked them up for me, and I have a soldering station used to hold it. This time I squirted a little bit of water on the flower with this small mister. This time I'm adding a 1.4 teleconverter to the macro from equipment that's not designed for macro setup. The Nikon Z6, the FTZ adapter, the 1.4 teleconverter version 2, not the latest version, and the 200-500 f5.6 zoomed out all the way to 500 millimeters. To get to focus shift shooting, hit menu, go to the shooting menu, and it is the very bottom of the next to last page. Hit the OK button. I have it set up to do 25 shots this time with a focus step width of 8, which is, it goes from 1 to 10. I'm using 8. I'm waiting 2 minutes in between each exposure so the camera has plenty of time to settle down. We'll be shooting at f11, 1/13 of a second, ISO 100. When you do your focus shift, the camera will start near you and focus further and further away as it shifts. So this is focused pretty good on the rose, and I'm going to back it up just a tiny bit before I start. Start. You have to look really closely to see that the focus is shifting after each exposure, but it does shift ever so slightly. The next step is to take all of those images and align them and then focus stack them in Photoshop. And so I did all of those things, and here are the results. Turned out pretty good, I thought. Lots of beautiful color, and I like the way the water droplets ended up on there. Of course, you see 700 millimeters there. That is the 500 millimeter lens plus the 1.4 teleconverter gives you the 700, and the focus shift shooting feature of the Nikon Z6 is pretty cool. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye bye.